Hey there everybody, CJ coming back at you. And what I got for you today is a build basically for the PC that we're using for all our game capture, video editing, rendering, all the workload basically. So you can kind of see a little bit of it, the little red lights over here. And in front of me here, or behind me, we have the boxes for basically most of the equipment that's in, that comprises this build. So if you're into building your own PC and you want a kind of a mid to higher end range, this would be up your alley, so to speak. So let's just get right into it. All right, fancy little schmancy intro out of the way, and I'm just gonna randomly grab a box, tell you what it is, and you'll know that it's in the system here, and let's just get going here. So up first we got the Elgato HD60 Pro. This is what I use to capture all the gameplay and benchmarks and all that kind of stuff. The card is actually in the machine. It just basically has an HDMI in and out, so you run the out of your video card into this card and the out of this to your monitor, and Bob's your uncle. You can pretty much capture anything that happens on the computer. You can record, and it records 1080p 60 frames per second, which is what all of our videos are in, so that works out great for us. For a power supply, we went with a Corsair CX550M 550 watt semi-modular power supply. Corsair is a name brand, it's a good brand. There's plenty of power for the equipment we got in here. I'm just gonna be chucking the boxes, so don't mind the noise. Let's see, and then for the motherboard, the main guy, we got the MSI B450 Tomahawk. It's kind of it was a little bit, maybe a little over $100 motherboard. It's got everything I need on it, which basically is just a little bit of overclocking for the CPU. It's a B450 AM4 socket motherboard, which will hold the CPU that we have down here. Nothing crazy, but not super cheap, kind of middle of the road. And in that motherboard, we are running the Ryzen 5 2600, not the X version. So we got a 6-core, 12-thread. What do they rate this sucker at? 3.4 base, 3.9 max boost, and we're just letting that do its thing. We're not overclocking it. I have overclocked it and was able to get like about 4 gigahertz overclock, pretty stable, but we're just letting it use the SenseMI, the built-in boost that AMD does. We're just letting her rock and roll like that. And then to cool it all down, we're using the Cooler Master Hyper 212, the black edition. The build is basically all black and red, so didn't want to have a silver cooler in there, but the cooler, this is way more than enough. I could have used the stock box cooler that came with that Ryzen 5, but just thought, just in case down the road I want to upgrade or something, I don't have to worry about the cooler, and they're like 25-30 bucks, so no big deal. For the graphics card, we're rocking the PowerColor Red Dragon RX 580 8GB card. This is about as budget RX 580 as you can go. I picked it up, I think it was like $175, and it was around, was it Black Friday or something? I don't know. It was a big sale going on, and it does the job. And then for RAM, we got Team Group T-Force Vulcan. It's the black and gray, and it's the DDR. It's a 3000 megahertz DDR4, 16 gigs total, 2 8-gig sticks. And then we got a Team Group 1 terabyte SSD and a 2 terabyte Hitachi storage drive in there. And we added some case fans and lights and stuff. The case itself, you can kind of see here off camera, which we're gonna do a little build montage video coming up next. It's a Cooler Master Masterbox Lite 5, which is a pretty good case, but it does have some temperature issues. I normally have to run it with the front cover off of it. But yeah, so anyway, let's just go in and get into that montage. We'll run some benchmarks near the end there, and then we'll come back and wrap it all up. Alrighty, so there was a little montage. There were a few benchmarks in there. So it's a pretty solid gamer. I mean, you can run 1080p, medium, high. You know, in some cases you can mix up your settings and get some ultra settings in there. As far as recording and everything, as you can tell, these videos are all being recorded, edited, and rendered and everything on this machine that this video is about. So it does a good job. Obviously, there's room for improvement, and we could probably go a next step up. But as the channel grows, maybe we'll do that. But we are able to capture 2 4K cameras at one time, along with the USB audio with the little Alesis mixer, audio mixer we have over here. So it does a great job. And for around $800 to $1,000 ish, at the time of this recording anyway, it's a nice little system and a hell of a gamer. So if you got kids or something, and it's going to be a family machine, the kids can rock out Fortnite or whatever they're playing. So anyway, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you thought it was complete shit, give it a thumbs down. Make sure you subscribe and click that bell notification icon. Also, follow me over on the Twitters. And yeah, anyway, that's what I got for you today. I'll see you guys in the next one.